Welcome back everyone to GameZone Birdroom. GameZone. Hello. GameZone. And of course it wouldn't be the GameZone Birdroom if I didn't show off my birds. So what have I got for you today, guys? As you can tell from the thumbnail, it is a £60 Pandora box arcade unit from Amazon. Cheap as chips. Question is it any good? So let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. So we've got the booklet. Oh, it's in colour. Look at that. I do know it's not the Pandora Saga though. It is in fact the Pandora 9S Plus inside the box. We get a USB cable. Apparently you can connect this USB to a 360 or PS1 and it will work as a massive arcade joystick. Something we can test later. A VGA cable, you can connect this to a VGA monitor. Yeah. Power cable. Again, your power unit. HDMI. It's quite a nice long one actually. And a couple of spare clicky buttons. Take this off. I'd say it's well packed though. Oh, look at that! Like the colour design. There's so many different colour variations. You've got like Street Fighter characters on it. You can have turtles, but this is more sort of a basic, general design. But you know. Don't look too bad. Very clicky stick. Buttons don't feel too bad. Anyway, let's put that down and let's see what's inside this thing. Here is the insides of the Pandora box. What I love about these are upgradable. The boards you can just buy it on AliExpress, fairly cheap. The arcade sticks, you can upgrade them. The buttons, I've actually got Samwar's arcade sticks on order because these are a circle. They're not very good for playing arcade fighting games. We've got a 5-watt speaker here. We've got a LCD strip for the lights, so it all glows up. Looks quite good at the night time. Yeah, it's not too untidy inside here. Probably won't upgrade the buttons just yet. Just the sticks I really want to upgrade. So yeah, that is the inside of this arcade stick. So the front panel, we've got coin, start, all your buttons, and your very clicky stick. 2-player, we've got pause, start, again the 6 buttons and the stick. They've got little plastic things I have to take off. And now let's have a look round the back. And round the back we have the power on and off, the DC 12 volt, HDMI connection, VGA, audio, volume for the built-in speaker settings and 2 USB ports. So this can actually technically be 4-player for playing things like the Turtles and the Simpsons game. Right, let's power this on. Whoa, look at that. We have light. Now, unfortunately, this version does only come in widescreen. Luckily, my TV can force it into 4.3, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. £60, you can't really grumble, really. So, before we do anything, let's connect this to my capture card. So if you press the button at the back, it will go into settings. I/O test is literally testing to see if all the buttons work. Which they do. As I said, the buttons feel really good actually. Next is button Redefine. So this is basically where you can map the buttons to your choice, which I will do at a later date. System settings. You've got coin slot, exit mode, game pause, auto exit, game selection, image enhance. I like it off because I like them pixel perfect image. So yeah, not a lot to do in settings really. Game settings is you can add games to favourites. Got your language. Save and exit, and that will turn off the Pandora 9S Plus. So let's play some games, shall we? That's what we're here for, to test this box and how well it emulates MAME, Mega Drive, PlayStation 1. There are SNES and NES on this system as well. I mean, the board should be powerful enough to play these fairly well. Never played this though, Vampire Saviour. Heard of it. It's all the classic sort of universal monsters. Frankenstein, Dracula, werewolf. No idea what the buttons are. I'm getting my arse kicked at the moment. Great looking game though. Capcom, I mean, at this time they were producing probably the best beat 'em up games of all time. I'm doing better here. Let's make it 1-1. Seems to be playing well though. Well, she kicks my ass enough. If you press pause, you've got that little menu. You can exit and save games. Let's play Mortal Kombat 1. Now, on the original boxes, about 1.5 years when this was released, Mortal Kombat didn't work at all. It was literally unplayable. This version plays very well. It's got screen tearing, so, you know, emulation's not perfect, but then £60 for this this arcade board. You know, you shouldn't expect perfection. But this does play well. I mean, it's not unplayable. Okay, I mean, the screen tearing can become quite annoying, but I mean, if you don't mind, then you're gonna have a lot of fun playing this. Can't remember how to do the special move. No, didn't even punch him. How disappointing. So again, if you press pause, brings up that little menu. Tech and games. Let's try Street Fighter 3D. I'm assuming this will be a PlayStation 1 port. Please wait, yeah, it's loading, so yeah. Gives a chance to see how the PlayStation 1's emulated on the system. Now loading, please wait. Oh, that used to really tick me off. You didn't want to wait for your game, you just wanted to play it. Let's go for arcade. Let's go for Ken. Ken's the man. Oh, that's him.
Round one, fight.
Again, it has got screen tearing. Game's running fairly well though. No idea what the buttons are. Here we go. You kick. Like the fact that the game's, you know, the characters are 3D, but it's still done on that 2D sort of plane. So it plays like, you know, it plays basically like the 2D games. Another good thing about this board as well is the fact that it is very upgradable. So if you want a slightly more powerful Pandora board in the system, you can just literally swap it and change it. There's so many different Pandora boxes out there. You know, you've got the original Pandora boxes, 5, 6, DX. I think it's the Pandora box 3D now. I think that's their latest one. And then obviously you've got the clone consoles like the Pandora 7 Saga, the 9S, which is based on the Pandora 6. Let's have a bit of Metal Slug. I absolutely love this game. I only discovered it about a year and a half ago. Basically, Contra on steroids. Again, you know, there's screen tearing in this game. It doesn't stop me from having fun playing it. You know, it's not the biggest distraction ever. It sounds good. Shame you haven't got the blood version on here. Or was that later games? Perhaps it was the later games. But the buttons are very responsive. I mean, the stick for this type of game is fine. It's fighting games where it can be a bit tricky. So I've got some Samwar's arcade sticks on order. They should be coming soon so I can upgrade the sticks. Not so bothered about the buttons. They will do for the time being. even today, the animation, the sprites, the artwork in the background, it's such a good looking game, even to this day. And I love the fact, you know, later games that, you know, they produced still remains the same. It's, you know, they haven't changed the way the game looks. It's a fantastic game, it really is great. In the Hunt's on here as well. It's another great game. Same people who created Metal Slug. It's in fact their first game that they made. She shares a lot of the sort of artwork. Killed me. Right, let's try another game. Have a little bit of Outrun. Now, I think this is the Mega Drive version. Pretty sure the arcade version is on this as well. So let's see how the Mega Drive works. Right, how do I shift gear? Let's press these buttons. B. There we go. Just press all the buttons. Speed. Though time's running out. This runs very well. A little bit of glitching out there. Sound seems pretty good. And yeah. Game over, yeah. Let's go for a bit of Streets of Rage. The greatest side-scrolling beat-em-up of all time, in my opinion. The little 5-watt speaker in it is really, I mean, the sound really does come out quite well. Yeah, definitely wouldn't expect the sound to pump out as well as it does on a little 5-watt speaker. And little LCD lights in it when you play sort of in the dark really does light the room up. It's quite cool actually. It's sort of got that arcade feel to it with different lights and sounds going on. This game seems to be running fairly well though. Really seeing much glitching out or screen tearing. Yeah, again, as I said, this, unfortunately, there's no way of changing the 16.9 unless your TV can actually force it. I mean, lucky my TV can. I mean, most TVs should be able to. Really don't like the stretch widescreen image. Definitely not for these old school games. Love this game, Escape Kids. Brilliant. Only managed to play it once in the arcade in, I can't remember if it was in Butlins or Great Yarmouth. So basically the object is to defeat the champion, which is the bloke in the black suit. I'm the person in the blue suit. I'm in second place at the moment. There we go, look at me pressing them buttons. Look at that, look at the speed of those button press. Yeah, I mean it's a simple game, but he's really good. Yes, look at that, first place. Also forgot to mention, you can categorise the games by pressing start, and obviously you get this list. Unfortunately, where this is based on the Pandora 6, it only lists the actual games on the Pandora 6, so all the other games that have been added to it don't show up. Anyway, back to my boat race. Now for my final thing on the Pandora 9S Plus. Is it worth it? Personally, for me, yes, it's £60. You've got 2,400 games. Okay, probably about 500 of them games are repeated, but that's still a lot of games at your disposal. Is the emulation perfect? Sadly not. I mean, there is a lot of screen tearing, but if you can get past that, you're going to have a lot of fun. It's literally plug and play, out of the box. All them games at your disposal. It is a slightly updated version. Mortal Kombat on the original version that came out about a year and a half ago didn't work at all. It was literally unplayable. So this version, it is very playable. So, is it worth it for me? Definitely. The sticks I'm upgrading to Sam was, they are not the best. The buttons are quite responsive. I like that clicky feel to them. Yeah, it's well made. It's completely upgradable. You can buy better Pandora boxes and whack it inside. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it's just a great way to play these classic arcade games on an arcade stick. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Button bash that like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and take it easy. GameZone.